epic field trip.
Yes, welcome back. It's been so long.
Oh my gosh. So the last time, in our last video, we were leaving Las Vegas. Yeah.
Leaving Las Vegas, yes.
We had been there for several weeks, helping some family, resolve some issues, and that went well. But man, has life changed since then. We left Las Vegas intending to come to Texas to work on a couple of mapping projects, which we have done.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been a much different experience than we are used to.
Yeah, the pandemic happened. Oh my
Yeah.
Lord.
And we were hearing rumblings about it before we left Vegas.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, while we were in Vegas, we had heard about the coronavirus outbreak in China at the time. And so we even made the decision then not to go downtown to the Strip or to Fremont Street or any of those areas in Vegas that are high tourist traffic, right?
Yes.
Just knowing that there's so much international traffic coming in and out of Vegas, and we just thought at that point in time, maybe we should just avoid, heavily trafficked areas that have a lot of tourists.
Yes, we did.
And we did, but we did not imagine that it would develop into the situation that we currently are dealing with. I will say that.
I agree.
So we're going to catch you up on what we've been doing over the last couple of months. But before we do that, if you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying our videos.
Right. And hit that notification bell too, so you'll be notified anytime we put out a new video.
Yes. And if you're not, or if you are already a subscriber, thank you for following our journey.
Yes.
We really appreciate it. And we'd like to get to know you better. So put in the comments below if you are a full-time RVer, a part-time RVer, or if you're dreaming about RVing. Yeah. That way we can get to know you better. So for the last couple of months, we have been in Texas, here in Victoria, Texas. And we've been working on primarily one big mapping project, but we had a couple of projects.
I've been working on a historic cemetery down here named Evergreen in Victoria, Texas. It's about 17 and a half acres, huge. A lot of historic people are buried there. The mother of Texas is Margaret Wright is buried there. And Leon, I can't remember his last name, I'm sorry.
DeLeon,
yeah, DeLeon. He actually started Victoria, Texas. So yeah, it's been a lot of work. Been about 60 days now. And yeah, doing the GPR, which is ground penetrating radar, and the GPS, which is global positioning, to develop a GIS map. And we finally finished that up yesterday, and we're finally going to hit the road again. So we wanted to catch you up.
Yeah, so we're so glad that he's done, and we're getting ready to hit the road. But while we've been working on that project, or he's been working on the project, we've had the good fortune of having an RV park right across the street from the cemetery. And while it's too windy today to be filming outside, fortunately the other day I was able to do a bit of a walkabout for you. So we've been parked here at this Victoria City RV park for just a little over 2 months now. And for our purposes, it's actually been a really great park. There's no frills here, no pool, no playground equipment, anything like that. We don't always look for that, so we didn't totally, miss having those kinds of amenities. But we do have full hookups, and it's a really nice park as far as having access to being able to get out and about, walk around. There's a walking trail adjacent to the park, and that trail actually goes into the whole network of Victoria City Park system. There are miles and miles of trails around the frontage of the Guadalupe River here. So really you could have as much walking as you could possibly want from this city park. It's pretty good. We had good cell signal here for both Verizon and AT&T. And you're only about 2 miles from the main road that runs through Victoria, and part of the historic downtown area. You're only about 2 miles from that, so you could potentially walk to that area. And the way it works to stay here is there's no reservations. You just show up, so you kind of have to come and see if there's going to be availability, but you just show up. It's $12 a night. And there's also a dump station, so if you're just in the area and you just need to dump your tanks, you can do that. There's a dump station here. So you just show up, you select your site, and then there's a little envelope box, and you just put your money in the site and fill out the form, and then you can deposit the envelope and money right there in the deposit box. So another feature that I really enjoyed of the park is there's a ton of wildlife. Even though you're only about 2 miles, like I said, from the center of town and from a very busy road, because you're adjacent to the city park system and the city park area that is really quite large, and you could probably see some of it behind me. It's a undeveloped area, you know, near the river, so almost every morning and almost every evening there's a whole herd of deer that come out. On a given day you could probably see anywhere between 10 to 20 or even a little higher deer graze. There's also a lot of bird life around here, owls in the morning calling to each other, which is so cool. And I think we've got a frog that has taken up residence on one of our slides. So before we get out of here, Scott's gonna have to hunt him down and rehome him because he can't leave here with us. So, but it's nice to have all that wildlife. Is really pretty cool. So the sites here are very spread out, and they're all pull-through sites. On one of, there's basically 2 main legs of sites on this in this park, and on the right side leg, the sites are kind of like a serpentine, so it's kind of a pull through off the main road and then pull back onto the main road that's going through the park. And it's nice because then you're kind of front to back, and staggered from side to side on either side of the road. And that's the spot that we've had is right here at the very end. So out our front window, we have a clear shot of clear meadow, and across the street is the cemetery that Scott's been working on. So that's been super convenient as well. And all of the remaining sites are all behind us, so coming out our door and looking out the front, we've just had a nice clear shot and not felt like we've been on top of neighbors or neighbors on top of us for the last 2 months. So we really have appreciated that quite a bit. On the other leg of the park, those are the more kind of traditional pull-throughs where you pull in from one little road and then you pull out onto the other road, and you end up side by side by side. So on that side, you do end up having neighbors on either side of you. Now, that being said, the first couple weeks that we were here, the park was pretty crowded. For the most part, there was maybe every day there was maybe 1 or 2 sites available out of the 18 sites that are here. But man, by late March, it really cleared out, and for the last 4 or 5 weeks, it's really on a daily basis. It's been maybe 5 to 6. A couple times we were down to 3. So it's been very, very quiet. And you know, I'm not going to complain about that. So we really have appreciated having this park here, so convenient to the project.
Yes, right across the street. It's
right across
very
the
nice.
street, full hookup, so we didn't have to worry about the whole boondocking situation and moving to dump tanks and that kind of thing. So it's been very convenient. If you are traveling between Houston and Corpus Christi, this RV park is about halfway in the middle, or right in the middle between those 2 places, and you're about an hour from Port Aransas, so it's kind of proximity to, if you wanted to do day trips down to the beach, the Texas beaches, you certainly could do that. We did have a chance to, before all the lockdown happened, we did have a chance to go check out Corpus Christi and the Port Aransas area, and we really enjoyed that day. That was pretty cool. Unfortunately, shortly thereafter, we had the lockdown, and we weren't able to go back. But you know, one of these days we definitely will do that.
Yeah, they had a lot of drive-on beaches. That was pretty nice. You could just park right up against the water. We took our lunch out, sat down there, had a nice lunch, and just enjoyed the water and the breeze. It was nice. Yeah,
we haven't been around beaches that you could just drive out onto.
Right.
Usually our beach experience in the past, especially with our sons growing up, if you go to the beach, you have to find a parking spot, and you have to haul all your stuff out to the beach. And so this was actually pretty cool. I thought it was cool to just drive right out there, and you've got all the comforts of your vehicle right there. Now, we didn't take the rig out there because we were parked here for the project, but just for a day trip, it was pretty darn cool.
It was nice.
Now, since the lockdown happened, though, you know, usually when we think about what do we want to do for fun, it's going out and about and exploring the area that we're in. Of course, that's what this lifestyle is almost all about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, with the lockdown, we were not able to do much of that. We did try a little bit, like on your birthday, we tried to go to some state parks not too far away, but
closed.
Well, it was closed. You could buy a pass online, but there was nothing, like there was no facilities open, and it just wasn't the same, quite frankly. So we have figured out some new ways to have fun. We definitely have, you know, like a lot of you. We've been having the virtual happy hours with our friends.
Our good friends having.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and we have tried, on those virtual happy hours, we've tried a few different platforms. I think we've tried Zoom and Facebook, FaceTime, and what did we try most recently?
Google Duo we tried.
Google Duo, and then...
I don't know.
Oh, I forget. House Party.
House Party.
Yeah, so we've tried a bunch of them. We can't figure out which one we like best. So if you guys have been trying some different platforms, put in the comments below which one you think is the best, and we'll see if we can, because I'm sure we're going to keep doing this.
Yes, we are.
We'll see if we can maybe just focus on that one. But so give us your advice on that.
Yeah, please do.
The other thing we've been doing is game night.
Game night.
Yes. So I bought some new games that are small, you know, good for traveling, and are good for two people as well. So we've tried Hive, Farkle. That was pretty cool. We enjoyed that. Hive is complicated, so you got to have your wits about you for that.
Yeah, don't drink any alcohol and try to play Hive.
Yeah. You got to really be thinking about that. It's pretty strategic.
Yes, it is.
And then you got Yahtzee, of course, and Bananagrams. We still have to try Bananagrams. We haven't done that one yet. Yep. So if you have a favorite two-player game that you guys are enjoying, put that in the comments below as well. We want to know about that because we might have to add to our arsenal.
We're going to need more games.
Yes. So the other thing that we've been doing for fun is geocaching. It's something that has been on my list, quite frankly, to explore and do. We used to do a form of geocaching years ago when our boys were little. We'd get out and do some hiking and do some geocaching, but it wasn't as technologically advanced as it is now.
With an app and everything.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yes, I had a great time. You can learn a lot about the area because it tells you, gives you ideas and hints about where it's at and what happened in that area while you're looking for it. And there even talk about if it's in a cemetery, near a burial, it tells you maybe about feuds that were going on between families. And that was pretty cool because we got to learn a lot about the area and still have fun at the same time. But we do miss a lot of things, going and doing things in the cities. And I know one of the things I missed the most was going to dinner and enjoying good food and seeing people and talking to different people and eating some good food and just
at the local places, right?
Yeah, the local
'Cause
places.
we always have really focused on the local places in our travels, you know? And you really get a good sense of the area and get to talk to people who are from the area and just have some really great conversations.
Yes.
Whether it's a local restaurant or a brewery or a winery.
Winery.
They're quite chatty at the wineries.
Yes, they are.
I like that. Or a coffee shop. And then, of course, I always like to find a bookstore, and I usually strike up a conversation with people working at the bookstore. We just really miss those experiences, and hopefully we can start to have those experiences again sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But we're going to continue to practice safe social distancing until they've got this thing figured out. So, but in the meantime, we have definitely been grateful for having this big project.
Yes.
And having this RV park. Because if we've got this big project, which means we got a big project and we can't really move around much because we have to stay for the project, well, we couldn't move around much anyway. Really, there wasn't a whole lot else to do. So,
no.
You know, it was nice to have a big project for the business, have this RV park to be comfortable in.
Yeah, and even though we were in lockdown, I was still able to work every day.
Yes.
So that was nice.
Because there's not a lot of crowds at the cemeteries.
No, it's very quiet. Very quiet out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a very quiet work environment.
So what's next for us?
Yeah.
Where are we going? We're leaving today. We're getting on the road today. We're so excited. It's like Christmas.
Yes, it is. I'm not used to being parked for 60 days. We're moving today, heading to a really nice RV park with pool.
RV resort.
Woo, resort.
RV resort.
Yeah, we need a weekend away and just relax after 60 days of working every day. So
much needed R&R.
Yeah, and after that, we'll finish up a project over in Houston in a day or two, and then we head up to my next big project up in Oklahoma.
Yep.
So, and we'll be there for about 30 days, and you know, I think Kentucky is after that. So yeah, we've got a lot going on, which is good.
Fortunately, we've got some good projects going on with the business, so we, like I said, we are definitely grateful for that. We will continue to practice, you know, social distancing and being safe with our masks and all of that.
Oh yeah.
Along the way. And normally, when we sign off, we say, "Go find your adventure."
Yeah, that's hard to do.
But we realize that's not easy to do.
Yeah.
So we definitely just want to extend our wishes for all of you to have good health and be able to ride out this craziness to the other side, where we can start to resume what will be more normal lives.
Yeah, the next normal. The new normal.
The next new normal, right?
Yes.
Because really there's always a new normal.
There's always a new normal, especially in the nomadic life.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, thank you, everybody, for following our journey. We really appreciate it. And everybody, please take care.
please take care.